Good call on closing that door last night.
Oh yeah, otherwise we probably wouldn't have a door.
That door would have been ripped right off this boat. That was the worst night on the boat in a marina ever.
Last time aboard Freedom, we arrived at the Semiahmoo Marina and Resort, located on the border of Washington and British Columbia, Canada. When Mother Nature took an unusually Arctic turn, delivering snow, sub-zero temps, high winds, and ice warnings for boaters in the area, we extended our stay and took full advantage of the resort just steps from the dock.
I'm looking forward to getting out of here.
Once the wind subsided, we were able to begin our trip south. That is, after fighting completely frozen dock lines. Today's air temp was 12 degrees Fahrenheit with a water temperature of 40 degrees, so conditions were quite steamy, something we've never seen before. And although today's wind forecast was much better than the previous few days, it was still enough to give us some freezing bow spray off our port side, causing us to take a little detour to better position Freedom out of harm's way.
Don't mind my detour. Just trying to minimize spray. Kind of came into the bay to get the wind more behind us versus off of our bow. Once we get around the point, we'll hug the shore so we're protected from the wind. I'm worried about anytime we get spray over the bow, it freezes to the boat, and that can make the boat unstable and unsafe. So we'll stay close to shore and be protected by the wind and just take it slow, take a little longer out than we would have.
Since the conditions in the Strait of Juan de Fuca would have made for a rough and uncomfortable crossing today, we decided to enjoy another shorter cruising day with a stop in Anacortes for the night, which was just enough time to check out a brand new Nordhavn 76 and deal with more winter weather.
This is quite massive. Wow. So brand spanking new?
Brand spanking new.
Like right off the factory floor?
Needs a bigger swim platform.
Wow.
Forward pilot house. It's kind of cool.
She's a big lady.
Look at the size of that boat there.
I know. Like, this is huge. You could, like, build a house up there. Wow. I didn't expect it to feel this big. Whoa. Look at those anchors. Holy rockna. Bulbous bow, too? Mm-hmm. Oh. Ooh. All right.
Okay, I'm not a fan of shoveling snow, let alone brushing snow with a boat brush. But this winter weather has put a major cramp in my workout routine, making me feel pretty cruddy these days. Since we live in about 400 square feet, exercising in the boat isn't the greatest, so I usually exercise outside, rain or shine, with the exception of when it snows. However, today I decided to embrace the brushing and turn it into an upper body workout. And I would have to say it's a pretty good one at that.
Clean up in aisle 5.
Thank goodness we woke up to a beautiful day here in Anacortes. It's still pretty cold. It's not as cold as it has been. I think today we might hit 29 or 30. Woo! So when it's been like 10, 15, feels like -4, this feels pretty decent. So it'll be a beautiful ride to Port Townsend today. That's going to be our next stop. Light winds. Sky is beautiful. Sun's coming up. So not bad. Not bad. Could always be worse. And check out these icicles. Look at that. Woo. How are your lines this morning?
Not as bad as yesterday, but pretty close.
Isn't this crazy? So this isn't even as bad as yesterday, but wait, come on. I don't be a sore loser. Whoa. But it does a good job taking the snow off. Nice and gentle. You know, trying to make winter boating fun. Oop. Oh, actually, well, wow.
Tried to undo it.
That looks hilarious.
I mean, come on, this is pretty crazy stuff, and quite possibly the only time in our lives we'll get to handle frozen dock lines. It was a total pain in the moment, but it's definitely going down in the books as one of those memories we'll be laughing about when we're old and gray and wishing we could go back and experience it all over again. Since we'll need our dock lines again in just a few hours, they're going back into the salon to thaw. We did this when we left Semiahmoo, and they were nice and pliable within only an hour or so. Next stop is the City of Dreams, just 30 nautical miles south across the Strait of Juan de Fuca.
All right, so we're just coming out of the Strait of Juan de Fuca. It was a great ride over, nice and flat. Coming into Port Townsend, right over there. We'll be here for a couple days waiting out the wind and enjoying some warmer weather. It's in the 30s. It's not bad. I can actually feel my fingers right now. All right, we've got a front row slip here in Port Townsend, slip number 2, which is awesome because we get some amazing views. And if there's a sunrise that we can see tomorrow, that's gonna be pretty cool. See the ferry. Every other time we've pulled in here, it's been so windy, so this is a real treat to have no wind, no stress, because this could be a tight marina. A little tight.
All right, let's see if the shore power reaches.
And Sean is organizing and making the power cords look nice and organized. What do we have here? Hi. Ooh, what is this? Hi. Oh boy. Oh. Well, there's no more Christmas tree. But the good thing is, despite it being sad that the Christmas tree's down, we gained like a lot more square footage. Isn't that right, Martha? And we now have access to our snack drawer. How much square footage do you think we gained?
2, 3, 2.
No, it's like 4 square feet. What are you more excited about, Sean? The additional square footage to our tiny floating home or the snack drawer access?
Snacks.
Snacks? All right, Sean, show me this finger. Are we gonna have to amputate?
We might.
So let me see.
Martha,
Let me see the finger.
that's fine.
So Sean did something to his finger. We've been working on our headliners. Yes, that's what I was thinking. And Sean did something with his finger. At least he thinks it was that project that he jammed his finger.
No, I smashed it in the engine room door.
You smashed it in the engine room door. Okay, he smashed it in the engine room door. He's got a big finger, and I don't have sympathy for him because I'm chronically injured. I've always got something going on, whether it's my back, my knee. He doesn't have a lot of injuries, so he's in a crabby mood.
Oh, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. I don't know. He's a baby.
Nothing cures a crabby day quite like a walk through Port Townsend, a city with a rich history and great views, located on the northeast tip of Washington State's Olympic Peninsula. Often called the City of Dreams, Port Townsend was once speculated to become the largest harbor on the west coast of the United States. During the late 19th century, Port Townsend was a well-known active seaport, banking on a bright and prosperous future. Railroads were built to reach more areas in the late 1800s, and the city was to become the northwest extension of the Union Pacific rail lines. Sadly, that dream changed when the rail lines announced they would end their routes on the east side of Puget Sound in Seattle and Tacoma. Port Townsend has, however, remained a favorite destination among locals with its unique shopping scene, great dining options, Victorian architecture, and a maritime museum.
It's got your name on it. The Schooner Martha. Oh, sweetie, look at that. It's Schooner all in your name. Okay, let's go.
For cruisers, Point Hudson Marina, where we're staying, is just steps away from all the town has to offer. But I wouldn't recommend slip number 2 when the forecast calls for a southerly wind blowing 30 knots. As in 30 knots all night long.
Good call on closing that door last night.
Oh yeah, otherwise we probably wouldn't have a door.
That door would have been ripped right off this boat. That was the worst night on the boat in a marina ever. So we are getting ready to leave Port Townsend, and last night was seriously the worst night I've ever had on our boat in a marina. The wind was 30 knots, as always. The boat was moving like I've never experienced. It was horrible, and it was like the first time in almost 2 years of living on the boat that I absolutely did not want to be on the boat. I was like, get me the hell off this boat. I want to live on land. Yeah, boat life. Ready to go? Got everything de-iced?
Yep.
When we get back, what do you say we jump in the car and drive south?
Sounds
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. So what's the drill?
I'm gonna take off the other line. You could probably stay on the boat because it's gonna be hard for you to hop on.
I can hop on.
You can hold this spring line now.
All right, I can hop on. I'll be fine.
I think it'll be okay.
No, I don't think. I think you should be at the helm.
Okay. And then I'll come over here and I'll hop on and hold the spring, and then you can get the stern line.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Woo! Ah, that hurt. Oh.
As usual, we have to deal with strong wind and current again, but today's mad dash to get off the dock safely was made possible thanks to a little assistance from our wing engine. We don't put her to use a lot since she's only 27 horsepower and meant to be a backup in case anything happens to our main engine, but she does come in very handy in these types of situations.
We were being blown onto the dock, so to back out of the slip, since we don't have a stern thruster, to try to keep the boat away from the dock, I put our wing engine in forward. Our wing engine is offset to the port side of our boat, and I put our main engine in reverse, like you would with a twin engine boat, to try to get the stern to pivot, and that's what allowed the stern to pull away from the dock despite the wind pushing us back onto the dock. And then naturally that means that the bow is trying to be pinned against the dock because you're trying to pivot the stern away. So I countered that pinning of the bow with the bow thruster. So I held the bow thruster to keep the bow away from the dock, and I used the two motors, the wing and the main, to keep the stern away from the dock. And I just made sure that my main engine thrust was exceeded my forward engine thrust of the wing, so that we had some after backwards propulsion. So it worked pretty good. We pulled away from the dock nicely and got into the channel, and then we were able to spin the boat and drive out of the marina.
Perfect. Smart thinking.
Yeah, the wing can be your friend if you don't have a stern thruster. Sometimes you can use it to your advantage and do some unique things like that.
You might need to get that amputated.
I'm worried about that.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more real-life living and cruising on a boat, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you'll never miss a video. We'll see you next time.